Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. It is Saturday, the 11th of November, Remembrance Day here in Australia, in the UK, New Zealand, and probably in the other Commonwealth countries around the place. I don't know. We'll ask these two. Well, these are both Canadians, these blokes that are on this morning, so they've probably got Remembrance Day as well. I don't know. We didn't discuss it beforehand. How are we all this morning? We're going to talk about a couple. Scott Baker late. Oh, yeah. You'll work out why I'm like shaking my head in just a few seconds. Morning, Greg. How are you?
Good morning. Good afternoon. But to answer your question, yes, we do have Remembrance Day. It'll be tomorrow for us here because we're still on the 10th.
Yep.
But never forget.
So do you guys like pause at 11 a.m. in the morning?
I know the schools, the way things are in the world now, I don't know if they do, but when I was in school, we used to pause at 11 a.m. You know, at work, it's a kind of a different story, but I always take a minute to reflect when that time hits. That's for sure.
Yep. I would, more often than not, I would either work half a day or just not work a day on this day, and on Anzac Day. What do you guys? So we have Anzac Day is commemorating the landing at Gallipoli with the Australian New Zealand Army. And what do you guys have, like, because the Americans have Memorial Day, I think.
Yeah, we have Victoria Day.
Victoria Day.
Which is usually a week before Memorial Day in the States.
What's the Victoria Day about?
Oh, I don't know.
This was questions without notice, in case you haven't noticed.
It's something to do with the monarchy. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, right.
You know what we call it here in Canada, and Scott will confirm this. May 2-4.
May 2-4.
Yeah, because it's in May, and it's generally around the 24th of May. But we also call a case of beer that has 24 bottles or cans in it a 2-4.
Well, there you go. We would call that a carton or a case.
Yeah.
Carton or a case. Yeah.
Well, now they come in 30, I think. So usually it's just a case now.
Yeah. Morning.
I don't drink, so I don't know. What do I know?
This fella right here, Richard Horton, right now he's going, look at these Canadians celebrating the Victoria in Australia. It's like you're celebrating our state here. Mike Goyne, how you doing, dude? Memorial Day in honor of fallen soldiers, Veterans Day for all. Right. Portugal, all around the world here. Hugo Pedro. This guy's got two first names. Isn't Pedro a first name as well? Christian name for some people. See, now here in the army, this guy here, he would be called Two Dads.
Two Dads.
Yeah. Named after each dad. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So you'd call him. No offense intended here, Hugo. It's just something that we used to do here. And they probably, I don't know if they still do it in today's world. That his nickname would be Two Dads. But the same with someone who had a hyphenated last name. So there was a guy that I served with called Wish Wilson, and it was Wish hyphen Wilson. It was like, you're Two Dads because your dad's name. Yes. And from Germany. Oh, we've got a few people here. What's the conversation going to be about today? We don't know that.
We never know.
We're going to talk a little bit about apps that are really not commonplace or a little bit underrated, if you like. Things that we don't talk about very often. We're going to talk about them often, and we might touch on a couple of things that are happening as well. I could have just brought you on. We've got another person coming on today. I'm reading his private chat. I'm like, you just come in here, dude, and you can just tell us about it. I want you to pay particular attention to his awesome setup that he's got. The lighting is on point. His headphones are just legit, and his beard is
the duck's nuts.
The duck's nuts. Morning, Mr.
Baker. He changed his name too, I see.
The other bit.
I don't know how they got there.
Oh, you're a bit quiet there, Scott.
I'm a bit quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
Just move closer to the mic.
I thought I did.
If you can.
For those who don't
know. Are you on
know,
a laptop?
No, I'm on my desktop computer, and I'm using a webcam and a pair of old headphones. So my original setup, I was going to my other office, and I can't. The door's locked, and I left my keys at home, so I can't get into the office. But
How convenient.
So I know.
So you've done no work at all today.
None. I actually just got back to work. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Scott Baker, for those who don't know, he's that other Better Canadian bloke, and he's also one of the admins who does on the Facebook group. But he does, I reckon, a little bit more work than I do, which is virtually nothing. Yeah, you gotta move that in front of your beard. At the names. Oh yes. What have we got here? I can't remember what we got. I took it away then. The Canadian bloke. Ah, right. See, I was going to change yours to that other bloke. Doesn't matter. So you sent a private chat about Victorian Day.
Correct.
Tell us about this.
It's a Canadian holiday observed on the last Monday preceding May 25th to honor Queen Victoria.
Oh, so that's got nothing to do with a Veterans Day sort of thing.
No.
You still do Memorial Day, but you don't actually have. You do Memorial Day, but you don't have we have an Anzac Day. You don't have anything like that, eh?
No, like we have our Remembrance Day would be our big one for the military and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Feel like the Canadian.
We recognize. What do they call it? D-Day. You know, when they landed on the shores of Europe, that type of thing. You know, the big battle of wherever that was. I'm terrible. I'm really terrible at this stuff.
Brian Wilson, the Beach Boy. What's the best app for astrophotography with Google phones? The camera app. It's like the best. It's the best app for astrophotography, I think, on any phone. It just works. Gcam. It works awesome.
Really well.
Yes. So you both are iPhone users, but Scott, you are a relatively recent convert to iPhones.
Unfortunately.
So you might even be able to say about some Android apps, maybe questions without notice. Look at the blank look on his face right now.
That's because there's only 3 to choose from.
Yeah, you've got Chrome and Gmail. They're good apps.
There are probably about 22 messaging apps, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's been probably so for those who don't know, I've been going, it's on charge in the other room, but I've been going to and from the Pixel 8 to the iPhone. I've never put a SIM card in the S23. It just never has had one. I just don't like the phone. I particularly don't like the curved edges. I really don't like that at all. My friend,
harsh corners too.
Say again.
The harsh corners on them.
So harsh.
Yeah, but I'm kind of harsh, so it fits that.
Greg has subtle hands, so it's hard on him.
Oh, that's a Ulanzi filter holder.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about does it work on the S23 Ultra? And yeah, it does. It works. It actually works really well because it I need some light because it does that.
Yeah, the telescoping. Yeah.
Yep. It can cover every lens on that. I was surprised. I didn't think of even doing it to that phone, but yeah, it works well.
Yeah, it's not really expensive either for just the for just a clip on and stuff like that. So yeah, you can only get a variable ND, I think, is it?
There's a variable ND there. The all the other filters are kind of cool for very specific things.
Yeah,
but the ND filter's good on it. There's 5 stops on the ND filter, but they are stackable. You could go and get a couple of ND filters and stack them on top of each other. It would
That's true too.
Pretty well. A couple of guys have said they've got 52mm adapter rings, and will that work? Well, if they're metal, the magnet's on here, so it probably would work. Yeah, and you'd be unlimited as far as filters go. Nice. From Finland as well. I'm not Jua. I don't know. I don't know. I suck at names. I hope that's how you pronounce their names. Anywho, as far as apps go, do you want to give us one off the bat, Greg?
Raw Power.
Raw Power.
I think it's very underrated. It's a very good editing app, and I mean it's designed by the team who did Aperture on the Mac at Apple, so it's well coded. It's very powerful, but it's missing a few things. Like it's missing masking and things like that. But it's very good at. Okay, so I'm a technical editor. In that, what I mean by that is I really like to use the histogram so that I don't blow out the highlights or the shadows, right? And what Raw Power does is has these little indicators showing for all three color channels which one could be overblown, and you can there's a recovery slider, things like that can get that data back into the file, and before you say you go to your next step, whatever. It's always good at giving you a warning when there's clipping going to happen. So it's really good. I really like it. But like I say, it's missing a few things. And I mean, I've been using Lightroom Mobile a lot in the last couple of weeks. And in fact, I subscribed to the mobile version of it so that I can get everything. And I really like the masking on it.
It pulls you in. You get a little taste of it, and then it's like, yeah, I just kind of need it, I think.
I know, right? Like I used to think Darkroom was the duck's nuts, but I'm really boy. I'm getting closer and closer to getting Lightroom on the desktop.
Yeah, it's very good.
I just wish they didn't have the subscription system they have, or they had more tiers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
More options would be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, because do you have it on the desktop, Scott?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, which package do you have?
I'd have to look it up, but I think I get like 1 terabyte or something like that. I think it's the photographer one or something.
Okay, that's the one I was thinking about. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how much is it in our dollars?
I want to say it's around $20.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like high teens to up to 20 maybe.
Yeah.
But you get the mobile with it, but I just don't know if I want to put that much out every month for it right yet.
Yeah, I tried.
I find the file handling in Lightroom on your desktop and the archiving that it does is bloody good. It's fantastic. I can go and look for any photography job that I've ever done. When I import them with keywords, and if like 2 years later, a wedding that I shot said, "Hey, I've lost this photo of my mother and she's since passed. Can I have this photo?" I can find it relatively quickly and give it an edit and send it over to those people. It's for me, that's actually saved so much time, just that archiving way that it does. And it certainly saved a few families when they've been looking for photos. I really like it.
I'm just looking now. It's the Creative Cloud Photography Plan, 1 terabyte.
Yep.
And it's $25.99
a month.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And that gets you Photoshop, Lightroom Classic, Bridge, and Photoshop on the iPad.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the mobile.
Because mobile by itself is less than $10. Like it's like $6 something a month, I think.
Yeah. So,
but the other thing I really like about it is the Creative Cloud, in that I can shoot on the phone, do some editing on the mobile app, and then come back to my desktop, and I can bring that photo onto the desktop and look at it with my old man eyes and edit it up even better.
That's exactly what I do. I shoot on my phone, and then I use the Lightroom mobile app, upload it, or do a little editing. It goes to the cloud. I open the MacBook, poof, it's there. Sometimes you got to refresh, but it's there, and then just keep going. And then I just from there, once it's done, save it into like a sunset folder or wildlife or whatever it is. Go back to my phone, go into the Lightroom app, export, and share. So
100%.
And the Photos app, I had 2 apps I was going to mention. I might as well get the other one out of the way now. Is Photos on the either on the Mac, iPad, or the iPhone. I think it's very underrated because it has a lot of features in it. But that's one of them right there, Scott, is that it can, whatever you do on the phone, if you use iCloud Photos Library, it's there on the Mac or the iPad. That
Google
seamless
Photos
transition from one device to the other.
It just
Google
cloud-based and stuff
Photos.
like that.
Yeah.
I find
100%.
Apple Photos is catching up a little bit with Google Photos now because the gallery I could just search place, time, date. Like if I knew something happened a month or a location, boom, all those photos from that spot, that time, whatever, were there.
Yeah.
And so it's been easy to find things and stuff like that. So
yeah. And the other really good feature of Photos is the memories.
Yeah.
You always, all these memories pop up. Say if you do a like an event, a wedding or something like that, you're going to get a memory come up from that a couple of days later or a week or whatever, but a little later on, highlighting some of these pictures and videos that you took at that event. And, then you can share that with the family or whatever. And it's customizable, the whole 9 yards. So, so I had two that I was going to mention. That's the two of the Raw Power and Photos itself. So
very good. No worries. Well, thanks for joining us, Greg.
Oh, now I'm at the bottom.
I'll change that for you here. That better? You feel better?
It didn't matter where I was.
But you're probably the only. I'm obviously not the only person, but I reckon you might be the only person that I know who does that, because I see you sharing those memories on Facebook and stuff. And every time you do it, I go, that's really bloody cool. And it's just a feature on the phone. And like I say, you're the only person I know who actually uses it. But every time I go, I've got to do that more because it's just nice. I like it.
It is. It's pretty cool. And I made an album within Photos for just the memories. Every time I create a memory, I put it in the album called Memories, so I can go and access them all a lot easier instead of looking for them.
Very good. Darkroom's too expensive. I have no idea how much Darkroom costs.
Darkroom is like $26 a year.
Yeah, it's like
in Canada. Cheap. I don't know what it is elsewhere, but for $26 a year, that's a lot better than.
He's saying for what it offers, he or she, for what it offers.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? For what it offers, it's still not bad because with that subscription, you get masking. It's not as good as Adobe, but okay, look at the difference. You got Adobe that has who knows how many people working on it compared to Darkroom, where there's, I think, maybe 5 people working on it. Much smaller company. That they're not a conglomerate like Adobe. So, I mean, you're not really comparing apples to apples here.
And I think it depends on what you're doing too, right? Like if you're just getting started, basic edits and stuff like that, like Darkroom will do everything you need it to do, kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, once you start getting into masking and the whole thing Adobe offers, well then yes, it's priced differently. But because
I mean, and with the masking in Adobe, I found a real good trick to making it better. And I don't know how Adobe doesn't have this integrated into the app itself, but it works the same on desktop, mobile, iPad. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's for the sky. If you want to pick the sky as the mask, then you do it again. You invert the one, and then you got to delete one, whatever. But anyway, what it does is when you ever notice when you choose a mask of the sky, sometimes it bleeds into, like, say, tree branches or something like that. Well, this eliminates that quite a bit.
Oh,
okay.
It really, really makes it.
So what are you doing, Greg?
Well, when you're selecting the mask for the sky, you trying to think of how it goes.
You select the sky.
I will share in the group.
Oh, okay.
Bloody Legends Facebook group, the video that the guy does where I learned how to do this. It's just on YouTube, and but you basically pick the sky mask twice, and one of them you invert it, and I forget what all the steps are, but you could save it as a preset. And when you go to that preset, you just click on it, and it masks out the sky with all these steps involved already done, like that.
Okay,
it's really cool.
I do the
That's
same thing for the
interesting.
ground, usually like the foreground and stuff like that. I'll select the sky, then I invert it, and then I
Yep.
get almost a perfect ground kind of thing, almost
Oh,
better
okay.
than just grabbing the
Yep.
ground, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I need to
Yep.
look at that more because I still do it very old school way and erase the shit that's not working properly.
Oh man, you put this preset in, like you go through these steps and make your own preset.
Yep.
It's so quick and
The
easy.
bee's knees.
It is.
The
It's
the
the
bee's
bee's knees,
knees.
the duck's nuts,
What?
whatever you want to call it.
Cat's
Robert's your mother's
meow.
brother. The cat's
The
ass.
cat's meow. I thought it was a cat's meow.
Well, technically, it's the cat's ass.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. You
Goody
Canadians.
two shoes people like me will say the cat's meow.
I don't know. I've heard some pretty nasty things come out of your mouth, not when we're laughing.
It's just not on the air.
So, Photometer, I was just looking at this here while we were talking. I think I've tried this before, and it's pretty damn powerful, but I can't see what it's worth.
Yeah, I have it.
You
I have it on the desktop and on my phone.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It is. It's designed to the point where you'd almost think it's part of the operating system, like Photos is. It's really, really well designed and integrated like that.
Yep.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And the masking, again, probably not as good as Adobe, but
Yep. This other one here. Use it a lot, multiple raw stacked and yep, I get that. That's fair. Do you use Snapseed? I was just having a look here because I reckon because I've used it since this phone, the 15 Pro Max, and it hasn't crashed on me. And I'm just wondering, was there an update done on this? There might have been because they didn't update Snapseed for a very long time.
yeah, they went a good year or two before they put an update out, and they put one out a few months ago. No, I don't know if they've
3
done
months
another
ago,
one.
Yeah, 3 months ago they did an update, and it's worked fine. I think Snapseed's a very, very powerful editing thing, especially for free.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
the masking thing and the AI stuff that happens in Lightroom is just crazy. There's a guy on YouTube. What's his name? Nav Edits, I think his name is. He's not like a talking head anywhere. I don't even know what he looks like. He just does screenshots of what he's editing. And I'll tell you what, go and look at it. Go and look at his channel, Nav Edits. It's bloody impressive what this guy can do with Snapseed. It's you look at the end result and you go, yeah, that was a Photoshop job. But no, he shows you through the whole process that he does. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
probably the best editing YouTube channel I've seen. Agree with Lightroom Mobile HDR mode. Just like it looks sometimes different. Yep, I'd agree with that too. Snapseed. Nav Edits is awesome, yeah. So there we go. If Mike Goyne is watching him, and I don't think Mike Goyne's going to sit there and watch anyone jibber jabber too much. Mind you,
he's here with
23
us.
minutes into
He's
it, he's still here. No, I think we'll go with two apps then. The two that I use not a lot and very rarely talk about. The one is RNI Film, which you've probably heard of. RNI Films is like it can be a one-touch edit, and it gives you basically it's an app full of presets, and I use it mainly for social media stuff for the other thing, not so much for this channel, but I use it for like the buck and beard stuff, and it gives me the same look everywhere on all the photos that I put on to different socials for that. And I might do some broad editing in Lightroom and then put into RNI Films to give it that little bit of grain or that little bit of Polaroid look or Polaroid look or whatever it is that I'm going to do. I think I've done videos on RNI Film. I'm pretty sure I have.
I think you have.
I think it's very, very early in the channel when I only had this little bit here. And nothing grey here. But it's a pretty good app, I think. And the other one I would say would be lens distortions. It's something that I've always used, and I don't think.
I mean, how else are you going to put the moon in front of the clouds?
I know, right? I tell you what, I was going to screenshot it and send it to you guys the other day. some of the comments, I think I'm becoming a bigger YouTuber now, because some of the comments on the YouTube channel is just vicious. Some of it's just, and I was like, yeah, I know what phone you've got. So,
Yeah.
one guy yesterday or the day before is on a video I did bloody ages ago. You remember when I put on one of my monitors, I put a blurry. I downloaded a photo of the moon, or just had a photo of the moon, but it was a high res photo of the moon, and then I add blur to that photo, so it took out a heap of details, and then I took a photo of that blurry moon with the S23 Ultra, and it gave me a better moon than what was there. And it was like, this is bullshit. It's a fake moon. It's
Yeah.
I didn't say that in the video just to trigger the algorithm. It was like, what do you guys think? But it was it's absolutely fake. Like, there's a number of people who have done it, and there's a guy yesterday. God, he went off, and I thought, I need to share this with you guys. It might still be there. I might even screenshot for you after. He's like, I don't give a shit if it's a fake moon. It's a better moon than the iPhone.
It's enhanced.
It's enhanced.
Enhanced, yeah. Zoom, enhance. You know,
Exactly. Enhanced.
I think there's a difference between using, like, saying, there's AI involved in this, and then there's something that's not even there, but I'm going to put into it there via AI. I think there's a big difference in that.
Big time. Yeah. I agree.
And right now, anyone who's watching this that has an S23, 2, or 1 is going, yeah, they've all got iPhones. That's what they agree.
I had an S21. I had one.
I keep seeing online that the S21 was the best of the 21, 22, 23. The S21 was actually the better camera than all three.
It worked good, but they did do an update about halfway through, just before, or it might have been actually after the 22 came out, and it ruined something. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
This Facebook user, I dare say, is digging in the green grass because he puts that Welsh flag, Wales, flag of Wales. I'm sure it's Welsh. At the end of every one of his comments, and he would be the biggest fan of all the channels that I have. He comments on every single video on every channel, every one of them. And it's not like he just watches the first 30 seconds. He'll comment on shit that I do through all those videos, regardless of how boring those videos are. He'll still comment.
That's cool. His name, Facebook user.
That's his name, Facebook. Yeah. No, it's that'll be because I'm live streaming here, or we are live streaming here to YouTube and to the Facebook group.
Okay.
That's just a permissions thing that he hasn't enabled to post to him.
Okay.
I recognize it.
I've never looked at the Facebook Live thing, so
only onto YouTube. Polar, yeah, you've talked about Polar before, Greg. I don't use it. I've never used it. Pardon me. Your thoughts on this? I didn't know it did presets.
Well, I know Dave Podner used to use it a lot. He's kind of moved into Lightroom Mobile now. But Matt Hoffman, he uses it a fair bit, and he always would start with, the auto setting and see what it gives him. If he kind of likes where it starts, then he just kind of goes from there with the other stuff. But it's pretty good.
I honestly do the same a lot of times with in Lightroom Mobile. I hit auto, see what it looks like, and then I adjust from there because it takes some of the guesswork out of it a lot of times. But and that's one thing Darkroom doesn't have is the auto setting. There's no auto that I know about.
Oh, really?
Darkroom. Yeah.
Oh, in Darkroom now,
no, and that was one thing that I like. Like everything has auto, like Google Photos, Apple Photos, they all have the auto adjust, and it's like, why is there no auto adjust? It's like, I don't know where to start from here.
Photomator takes it a step further. It has an ML, machine learning button, and you can do like a global machine learning thing, like an auto thing, but it also has that for each of the individual features in the edit suite. Like for sharpening or whatever, there's always an ML button there, like a machine learning button. You know,
the nighttime
I don't
stuff,
use them all the
Astro,
time.
you can't really use auto. It blows it all way out of proportion and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But for other stuff,
I do exactly what you just said there. Like every photo I throw in there, because I look at it and go, I just looked before, there's nearly 30,000 employees at Adobe. And I go, I guarantee you there's 30,000 people over there who are smarter than I am with photo editing. And I just push the auto button and go, oh, yeah, that's all right. Unless it's an Astro photo from a phone. And you go, oh, no, that didn't work at all.
Bad
Yeah.
I know more than you.
Yeah.
But what I do like about the Lightroom with the presets, because there's a bucket load of presets already installed, if you like, in Lightroom. And if I'm at a wedding, say, and that couple wants to put some stuff on social media like now, whereas I will edit all of my wedding stuff on the Mac, never on the phone, but I'll take a couple of photos with the phone, or I'll transfer them from the Sony to the phone and then put them in Lightroom and go, recommended, done,
Yeah.
There's your photo. And
Yeah.
it just works. It just works. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're smarter than I am in this regard. Go for it. Absolutely. Can you use any of these 2 apps you're talking about on Google phones?
Well, Snapseed for sure, and Lightroom, yes.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know about lens distortions.
I
doubt
it.
Yeah. And RNI Films, I'm pretty much guarantee you that's. I'm going to have a look now. I guarantee you cannot use the Apple Photos Gallery.
No.
I will say though that looks like it's only Apple Store as well for RNI Films. The gallery app on Androids, so on the S23 and on the Pixel, so the 2 current ones, I would say that the editing in those galleries is better than the iPhone. There's a lot more you can do in there. And I'm not talking about all the AI shit that Google does, which, to be honest, I haven't touched.
Yeah.
I remember when that phone first came out, and Greg, you were like, no, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. And it was like I could see this Canadian dummy being thrown out of the cot like nothing else from Australia. And I've not used it. I've not even looked at it. It's there and I see it, and I haven't even touched the button to even see what it does to go, that's impressive, because I'm sure it will be impressive.
Well, you're going to have to do a video on the Google Pixel editing stuff without the AI crap that we're talking about, but with just the editing stuff that is, supposed to be better than photos, because I have never seen it. I have never seen a video, anybody showing that in the video, because they all they want to do is show off the AI stuff, and the regular stuff just seems to be forgotten about.
Yeah, sure. And that's true. That's all you said. When I look on YouTube for inspiration for Pixel 8 videos, I go, I'm just not doing that. It's not for me. I just don't see myself ever using that head replacement thing. I can see me using, so I'll go to Japan in 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks. We'll be live streaming from Japan.
Ooh.
Hopefully you'll be able to understand me with the language difference.
What's the time difference for you to there?
For me, it's like 3 hours, I think.
So
forward or back, I don't know. I'll work that out off here. To work out if I'm going to live stream or not, because I don't want to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because
you might be doing it at like 2 in the morning.
I'll probably be awake anyway. I am looking forward to getting out there in the city and doing like light trails and stuff in the early hours of the morning, because Tokyo at between like 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. is basically a ghost town, believe it or not. It's weird. What was I talking about? Yeah, the AI stuff, removing people from photos with the Pixel. They've done it for a while, but that I'm looking forward to that in Tokyo especially. And they also do a good motion blur in 2 ways. You can do like the long exposure photo, but you can also do like the tracking photo with vehicles and faster moving objects, which where I am, I just don't have the option to do that. I just don't have it here. There's only so many times you can take a photo of a tree and it doesn't move, regardless of how many times you take a photo of it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Unless you want to do like a 5-year time lapse to show a little bit of growth.
I do actually have an action camera here that I've got to review. And when they asked me to review, I'm like, do I or not? Do I or not? And I asked about the time lapse on it, and it can time lapse for like freaking ages. So
put it on the head in front of the sheep and let it go. Come back a few days later.
That's true. Yeah. I tell you what, that green light that's on the background in where you are there, there's been that many times where I've gone to like just adjust this because it's not straight. And it's you, not me. It's you, not me. 100%, man, Mike. Absolutely, Garrett. 100%.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. And portraits, I think it's quite good with that too.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I love Photomator, the smart functions and their crew is twice as big. So what's there? 6 people there. Gemini photos. Haven't heard of that.
Never heard of it.
I think that might be the finding duplicates, because there's an app on the Mac for called Gemini, and I think it might be for the phone. It might be find duplicates and you can get rid of them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
With what they're commenting on there. ProShot on Android. Computational photography.
I don't think I ever used it, or it wasn't available when I had one.
ProShot. Can't say I've ever heard of it either. the first search result was like an underwater camera. I'm thinking that ain't it.
Nope, I got it. It looks like it's just pro features. But
I'm not sure what the difference between this and just the regular camera app on most Androids was. It might have Pro Video. It's got Pro Video. I can do vlogs, external mic. Yeah. It looks like it might just have some. Oh, it's got light painting on there. That's interesting. I might have to have a look at that just for the light painting, because it's one thing that I don't like about the Android phones is that you're stuck at that 30 seconds. There's not too many things that let you go past.
Here's a question. Okay, when doing not manual, but you're doing your iPhone long exposure, 30 seconds. Is it 5 seconds or 30 seconds? You can't do 10 seconds, can you? 10, 15. The only way to get 10 or 15.
You can go between.
Can you?
Absolutely.
I can never get it. It's either 5 seconds or then I scroll a little bit and poof, it's 30 seconds. And then I scroll down and it goes 5 seconds.
No, I can scroll between.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. My finger's too big or something.
Well, I certainly used to. I don't anymore. When I first started doing this, you would definitely be able to do it.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking, we had some Northern Lights last week, and 30 seconds was just too much for it. Like it just way too bright. So I found if I could get 10 seconds, so I end up using even longer. And I did the star mode with, and then I chose 10 seconds or 15 seconds, set the ISO at 800 or 600 and just played around with that. So, but I couldn't figure the default one. I must try it again.
I'll have to check, mate. To be honest, I it's been a long time, but I know it might have changed in updates. I don't know, because this was a year or two ago that I was doing that.
Yeah, because I always just flick it right to 30, but I couldn't. Yeah.
I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure you can. Maybe you can even stop it halfway through.
Yeah. But then
I haven't tried that, so I don't know.
Careful.
It's worth trying.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll try it again.
Gemini is an AI duplicate finder. Oh, wow.
Cool. I need to run that on my Mac.
So this is not just finding duplicates; it's also finding images that aren't good. but unsharp, low quality. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's made by the people who make Clean My Mac X.
Here comes the light.
So
the sun's rising.
Oh, the sun's rising.
I can't see.
So it's a very, very good company that makes that. You know, those guys are really good. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. It's Scott, do you want to talk about any apps? Right now he's scrolling through his phone saying, which one do I want to talk about?
No, I think you guys got them covered, actually. I don't use many more different ones. I just use the camera app. I do use Alpine Glow. I'm big on Alpine Glow. It's a for like sunsets, sunrises times.
Alpine Glove?
Alpine Glow.
Haven't heard of that one either.
Yeah. Halide just came out with one not too long ago. It does similar things, but beta testing it, I didn't find it worked as well.
Yeah, I beta tested it too, and it's
so I use it as a rough basic thing. So it tells you what time sunset is, golden hour, that kind of thing. Let's see if I can bring it up to show. Nope, just
it's me again.
Yeah. No. So, anyways, it tells you first light, blue hour, golden hour, sunrise, daytime, golden hour, sunset, blue hour, and then it gives like a rating for your sunrise, sunset. So it's going to be poor. Okay. And I got the widget on my watch, so I can glance down and see, all right, sunset's going to be poor in an hour and 13 minutes. So I don't have to, if it tells me it's good, I'm always keeping an eye because it's never 100% right. But it gives me an idea. So I use that app a lot. But,
bracketing in camera pixels. You do both focus and/or exposure bracketing useful. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you used that, Greg, for macro?
I have done it. I used the focus stacking one in camera pixels because I think it's the only app that does it.
Okay.
Automatically, like you could set your minimum and maximum focus distance and the number of shots you want. And I actually, I think I talked about this in my podcast. Is that I choked my iPhone 14 Pro Max with it, but doing that because I had it set to RAW. So it's trying to take 50 raw pictures or 50 or 60 raw pictures, bang, 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 like this or whatever. And it just kind of keeled over and it just stopped taking pictures. That's all it did. It didn't kill the phone, but so I just kind of said it choked it. But it works really good. It's pretty cool. But then the only thing is you have to have a way to make that focus stack image. So I had to use in Affinity Photo on my Mac because it has the focus stacking thing where it can actually put the image together.
Yep. Okay.
There's no app on the iPhone that I know of that can do that can actually give you the result of all that.
This is the hassle of doing live streaming and these mongrels in this admin group just sending me shit that I think I need to look at whilst
it's me.
Live streaming. I know. I remember when I think it was definitely even longer, and I was doing was it Star? It would have been when the other app, that Star Tracker or Star Stacker.
Star Stacker, I used that the other night. Yeah.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
My only downside is that you can't really edit the photos before you. I guess you could.
Yeah, you could.
It's just a lot more work the way to do it. But
yeah. But when I was taking the photos, when I was testing that app, and I did like 700 odd raw files from even longer. And when I went out there in the morning, I'm looking at my phone going, oh, you poor thing. He got absolutely hammered with gigabytes of photos overnight. It was pretty funny. What Mario does is he just brings them straight in via the cloud to his Mac inside. I think it's pretty clever.
Yeah, I've done that before where I had the because I also saved my photos to Google Photos. I've done it when I've had my Google phone, so I brought Google Photos over. It's just so as I got my phone out in the yard doing pictures and stuff, my phone's still connected to Wi-Fi. I just open up my my MacBook, open Google Photos, and I can see how far along. Oh yeah, these ones have got about 300 here and stuff like that.
That's
So,
That's clever,
yeah. So
Affinity on iPad. There you go, Greg. Yeah, macro stacking. Yeah. Pro camera can do IS raw bracketing, not focus bracketing. Your vids are great, Shane. Oh, that's the same guy. I thought you were leaving. Photography to bees.
Yep.
I think
I'm enjoying the bee content.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Oh yes. Yep.
I like the bees.
Yeah, right. The well, I caught a swarm,
Yes.
which you probably saw.
Yeah.
I did.
I transferred them last night into a hive.
Yes.
And I'll see how they are this morning.
Did the angry bee get you?
No.
No. Good.
Mind you, it's one of these things. There's that many flies around at the moment, and there's a few March flies or horse flies. I'm not sure what you'd call them, like the big freaking.
We call them horse flies. Yeah.
Bitey flies.
Yeah.
And when you're out there amongst all the bees, it could have just been a bloody fly that was around my head, but I'm like, bees.
Oh yeah.
See, you Aussies are afraid of stuff.
Well, I'm not going to put my hand up to be stung by a bee.
No, but
No thanks.
you'd pick up a freaking brown snake and you don't even know if it's poisonous or not.
No, shoots.
Or maybe you do. Maybe you do know it's poisonous. You pick it up anyway.
I did not say in that video that I shot that snake. Very deliberately did not say that I had. there's if I really couldn't give two tosses about snakes. Like it really doesn't. They really don't bother me. It's only when they're in the yard when they can bite my dogs, because we've got a yard that we can lock the dogs in. So you've got thousands and thousands of hectares outside of my yard. Stay the fuck out there, and you'll live to see another day. But more often than not, you can just throw things at them and they'll piss off. But that one was not, and he was a big one. Not anymore. There's multiples of him now. But normally when you move bees, when you transfer bees into a hive, you've got to take them like 5 kilometers away and leave them there for a week, then bring them back. And one thing that I've noticed, so with photography, you find all sorts of contrary chains of thought about what you should do with different things, right? So you'll see, this phone's better than this one, this phone's better than that one, this style is better than that one, and so forth. That's nothing compared to bees. Everyone who has a bee just seems to know better than everyone else, and it's freaking crazy. I'm lucky enough that I've got a guy who's local to me here that I can pick up the phone and say, hey, Ryan, what do you think I should do here, sort of thing. And he's an advocate of taking them away and bringing them back. And there's another method that you can do with just putting some branches and leaves in front of the hive when you move them, because when they come out, they go, this is different, and they've got to do an orientation flight to work out where they are. So
really?
That's what I'm trying here. So my train of thought is, I got them for free because I caught them, and if this works, it works. And if they leave, they leave. But I don't think that they're going to leave. I think I bought them a nice new home. It's under a nice tree. If they leave, they can fuck off anyway. That's my thought. Anyway, that's enough about bees. Now, sheep, I'm just joking. Even longer, it always blows out and have to reduce even.
Lower the exposure.
What's that?
Lower the exposure. All right. I'm always shooting it like 2 stops under at least, usually 1 to 2.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting, because what I do for pretty much everything with even longer is as soon as I select that mode, it does give you like a default, and then I'll shoot it for like 30 seconds and watch it and go, yes, it's good, or no, it's not.
Yeah.
I would say 80% of the time it's on the money. It's where I want it to be.
I guess it
So
depends
that-
on what you're shooting. Like I find for a lot of sunsets, you get the sun right there, so it's usually quite bright, overexposed kind of thing. So I usually down 1-2 stops kind of thing. Check the histogram, make sure I'm not blown out, and or that it's low enough that you can deal with it, kind of thing. Because you can bring it back. But that's how I shoot it. Yeah.
It
Same
looks
with
to me
waterfall
like you're
stuff.
wearing a Red Sox hat.
It's orange. Hunting season.
Oh, it's orange.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, right. We don't really do much of that around here. I reckon in the high country they shoot deer up there. Nothing around here.
Yeah. I
think
don't
that
shoot
the
myself.
hunting-
I'm not a hunter, but I do walk in the woods with my dog. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the most hunters around here, immediately where I am, what they wear is whatever they're wearing that day. Do we want to talk about that other thing or not, Greg? What do you reckon?
Ooh, other thing.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes. Why not?
10-minute. I say it like that because on the Gold Coast when we lived up there was a Thai food place, and you'd ring up and place your order and go and pick it up, sort of thing. And every time that you place that order, Sarah and I still say it to this day, and we haven't lived on the Gold Coast for like 11 years. 10-minute. We never say 10 minutes or anything like that. It's always 10-minute. Because you'd ring up.
10 minute.
I'd like to order this. 10-minute. 10-minute. Anywho, if you watched the live stream, not last live stream, the stream before, I think, so a month ago.
Yeah, when we had Mike on. We had
Sorry, I was impersonating Mike.
Mike James. Yeah. Poor Mike. I still think it's because they took the internet lines and they went from Kahuna all the way around to Melbourne. And they didn't attach them in between. That's the reason why.
He's not really in between. Like Kahuna's here, Melbourne's here, Mike's kind of over there.
Oh, is he not right in Melbourne?
No, he's in Geelong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a pretty big city, but out of Melbourne.
Well, that's why then.
Yeah, but like if I can get internet connection in a town of 2,500 people, come on.
Yeah, but you're getting it from Starlink. Yes.
Magic waves from the sky.
Yeah.
Like your hand just then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a month ago we spoke. We had some examples of photos on ShiftCam's website. We're going to talk about ShiftCam for a few minutes.
Shifty cam.
Yep. I like ShiftCam better, but Shifty Cam. Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah. I don't know now. If I make a video, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it now.
Trademark.
So you may recall I did a review video, as did a lot of other creators, some a lot bigger than I am, and we did a review on the ShiftCam lenses. I thought they were pretty freaking good lenses, and they approached me just like every other manufacturer approaches me, saying, "Hey, we've got these. Would you like to review them?" And I go, "Yay or nay." Basically, that's it. Very, very rarely back then did I get paid to review anything. I just got the gear and I give you my opinion on it. Even when I do get paid for reviews on gear, it's very clear that I'm going to give you my opinion on that bit of gear. And I still get stuff that I still today, I get stuff that I go, this is shit. I don't think I should be doing this review because I'm going to give it a bad one. Still today. With all that aside, the ShiftCam lenses, I think, are the duck's nuts. I sent them to Greg. I think it was you, Greg, wasn't it?
Yep.
What did you think of them?
I think they are good. They are really good.
Yep.
The biggest flaw is the mount. It's a separate individual size that only works with their lenses and their cases. So, I mean, it's not universal.
Yep.
But other than that, Glenn's quality, great.
And all the ones that use their own proprietary mounts.
Yeah, it's proprietary. Yeah.
Make it 17 mil and
yeah, be done with it.
Yep. So the lenses themselves are, I think, the shit. I think they were really good. I personally, I don't give two hoots about the mount. I think if you're going to buy, I can't think of a single brand that you would go like the Freewell ones. That mount is different. That's a bayonet style of mount. Just trying to get the light on it so you can see. See there?
Oh yeah,
that's bayonet mount, and that's theirs. And the lenses that they have the same as what everybody else has. They've got wide, fisheye, macro, tele macro, or zoom macro, what do you want to call it?
Mm-hmm.
What else? Telephoto lenses.
Anamorphic.
They've got all anamorphic. They've all got exactly the same lenses. And I would say that some of them probably come out of the same place as each other. They just got a different bit of writing on the side of it, and that's it. The ones that came from Shifty Cam.
You're welcome.
Shit cam?
Well, I don't want to prejudge it all. It's
no.
They're the ones with the fluoride in the lenses, and it is sharp as sharp. I think they're really good.
Fluoride?
What did I say?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Did you say fluoride?
No, fluoride.
Oh.
Not
fluorite. Fluorite.
Not,
okay. That's what I was thinking. It's like, what?
They got toothpaste in the lenses. But it's after I shot this video and sent it, they were like, "Oh, this is a Kickstarter." I'm like, "You didn't tell me it was a Kickstarter. I had no idea it was a Kickstarter, but I just thought they were readily available." But that's not the point though, because other creators were clearly told, and maybe I just missed it. I don't know. And they presented as a Kickstarter sort of thing, and he's just realised his profile on Facebook.
Yeah.
And what I've seen, well, initially when this first came out, now when I went and looked at these, when they asked me to do it, I go through a few different things. So someone says, "Hey, do you want to review this product?" I'll go and have first place I'll go to is YouTube and see if anyone's done it and to see what they thought of it. And if people go, "This is shit," blah 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 blah, I just won't even look at it. If it's some of the bigger YouTubers, I go, "Well, they've looked at it and they've looked at this product of theirs and they've looked at this product of theirs." There's got to be some sort of credibility there when these guys are doing it as well. And with ShiftCam, there was quite a few big YouTubers that were reviewing their gear. And as I was saying to Greg before we went live, they're the ones who make that phone mount that does this for you, because nobody's hands can do that apparently.
Yeah.
Push the button, it goes. Anyway, that there is sold on Apple's website. So Apple is selling ShiftCam gear. So in my head, I'm going, big YouTubers reviewing it. Apple's got it on their website. They've got to be a pretty good company. And my dealings with them have been pretty good. And then I've noticed in the last probably week or two, there's been a few comments on my video from back then. It's like 3 months old or something, about people not being contacted by ShiftCam, like they've paid their money and they've not had anything come to them. I've emailed, and there's been a few, and I've asked these people to send this information to me, and I haven't had anything yet. So I could go back to ShiftCam because I've got like individual people there that I could email, so it's not going to go through orders at or marketing at or whatever. And I've emailed them just yesterday, and just to say, what the fuck, basically. What is going on, because there's too many people here saying that they're being ripped off. One guy finally got a refund from them, so something weird's going on there. But I feel like it's right I'm going to give it a little bit of time, because it's Saturday here now, so I may not hear anything until Monday. And on Monday, I'll make the call as to whether I take the video down or not. And David, what's his bloody name? Addison. Wow. He put a short on that English bloke.
You're forgetting me already. I said he's somewhere right now shaking his fist. You forgot.
Yeah.
I just spoke to this Aussie bastard yesterday. So we had a phone call yesterday. You're very quiet there, Scott. I know you've got good stuff to say, but
I can't help it. I don't even know if this microphone is working or it's that one, or I don't know.
I think it's just the light.
It sounds like it's the one on the Mac.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah. Click your hand out like this.
Yep.
Hey,
okay.
That was me then.
Is that better?
That's better.
It's got to line up with my head, man.
I'm not even going to say what that looks like.
So David posted a video yesterday. It was a short video. Initially, when I looked at it, was like, just hold on a minute here, sunshine, because he was saying something about fake YouTube reviews. I'm like, I certainly didn't. And you got the lenses. So I was comfortable with my review. And then I look at the other people who I've watched do the review, and I've gone, they're pretty good. And David even said they're good lenses when I spoke to him yesterday. They were bloody good lenses. But it's the after sales that's what's being the issue here. And the photos that we did a reverse image search on the website that showed this was taken with an iPhone 14, and he did a reverse search on some of the portrait shots, and they were taken from a Sony camera, and I did some
taken off Reddit or something, wasn't it, or something?
They
were posted on Reddit or something, and
yeah, the ones that I think the ones that he found as well was on Reddit, maybe or Pexels or something like that. Yeah. And the ones that I found was this alleyway photo that was taken on an iPhone 14 Pro Max, but then you do the reverse image search and it was like 4 years old, that photo. It was like, what's going on there? So I even said that to them in the email that I sent to them yesterday. I'm like, hey, look, you've been busted doing this. People are saying that you're ripping them off. You need to give me some information, like as soon as possible, so I can tell people, sort of thing. You know? So anyway, let's just wait till Monday. On Monday, you might see a review where I go, shifty scam. And the other videos we've taken down. I don't know. We'll just wait and see. Patrica, good morning. After we're almost finished, man. But thanks for joining us. Yeah. Can you use someone? I'm not sure. What do you mean?
Use someone.
Well, I'm lost in translation. Well, there shouldn't be lost in translation.
Need some clarification on that one.
Yeah, please. That's him. More pixel stuff from you. Oh, he's got a black flag there now. What's happening?
No,
have you been taken over by pirates?
Yeah.
We'll have a quick look at the Facebook group. Add some photos if you like.
That's cool.
Actually, this is him. That's him. I just realized the name.
Oh,
that is the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
okay.
no green grass in this photo. I don't mind that. That's quite nice.
Yep.
Sydney Harbour Bridge. Apparently, my live stream's got to start, and I better do it. I like that too.
Yeah.
Anything here that you guys want to look at? It's a fair way away, that.
Must be a Galaxy phone.
It's not. iPhone.
Oh, Pro Max. He must use a telescope or something.
Maybe he's just really close to it.
Yeah.
But the detail of that's quite good.
Yeah.
It is good. Oh, this is nice.
Oh, that's really nice. That is, I bet you, reheld Sunstar added in post. I bet you any money they probably used, oh my God, Luminar. Is it Luminar or what was the program? You just had it there not too long ago. Was it Luminar?
Oh, lens distortion.
No. You just about a month or so ago, you had the whole desktop thing.
Yeah. Luminar Neo.
Yeah, Luminar Neo, Sunstars. That's their gig.
Oh, okay.
Every time I see a Sunstar, like a perfect, it's chances are they use Luminar.
Yep, it's Luminar. They that's a company that reached out and said, "Do you want to review this? We're doing some nice panorama stitching." And I went, "Yeah, cool." And I've never used it before. And they're going, "Well, we'll send you the program, and we'll organise training." And we did all that, and I installed it, had a bit of a play with it. Thought, this is not quite how my head works with the workflow of this program. I'm going to want that training. We organised the training, and they cancelled on the last bloody minute, and heard nothing from them since. So I went, if you're dealing with me that way, how are you going to deal with my community if they've got issues? So no.
I use it.
Who's got to go to work?
Me. I use it for editing, but as a Lightroom plugin. So like after I do my edits or something like that, and it's like, you know what, maybe I want to play with, because they have some of their coloring I find nice for their high tones, mid tones, and stuff like that. And so I'll just open it as a plugin in Lightroom. And
yeah. I reckon the composition of this photo is magnificent. I love it.
Yeah, really nice.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
All those lines from the clouds is just,
yeah.
I reckon the grid
and I
photo
like,
might be updated soon.
And I like the, you always, horizon on one of the lines of thirds or whatever, and it's dead center, which is usually a no for landscape, but it works so well because it's.
I think it works for reflection.
Balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works such balance that it's perfect. Yeah, really nice.
That's cool.
It's moving a little slow for me, but this might be a long exposure.
That is cool. That's a good photo.
Nice photo. Yeah.
I think this is one of.
I have to say,
that's Dale's.
I have to say the macro in the 15 Pro Max is heaps better than the 14 Pro Max.
I agree with that.
It has really improved.
It's one of these things that's, I think we've spoken about it briefly before, that the launch for Apple, I think we all agree it was shit. But they really did not talk about how much better the camera was. Like there's, sorry?
2 times better low light.
Yeah. 2 times what they're not saying.
We Sarah and I were speaking yesterday about because I'm doing. I'll finish this first. I have a habit of going off on tangents and going, what was I talking about? The low light is so much better than what I thought it was going to be. The macro is so much better than what I thought it was going to be. And you didn't even talk about it. It was like a throwaway line of 2 times better. It's just, to me, it was just put in the hands of some people who know what the hell they're doing with your camera.
Yeah.
Not me. Someone like Macmillan and Mike James, apparently.
That's because my face or my browser crashed on me.
Scroll up a little bit. You'll see one of Mike Owen's recent photos. The other way. Up. You might need to refresh or something, because it's above those. Yeah. You'll know when you see it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's Halloween or something, isn't it?
I was going to say Halloween was a little while ago now, but yeah, very creative.
And he did it in Snapseed.
Yeah. Snapseed's awesome for double exposures, these kind of things.
Yeah.
And he does do this really well. He used to do this a fair bit, these sorts of photos. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Really good job. Well, because of all the videos that I'm doing now, I've got that much data coming in on a daily basis with video files. It's freaking ridiculous.
I bet.
But I'm very mindful. I don't want to delete anything anymore, especially now that I've built that SSD RAM, and it was SSD drive, I should say. And it's faster when I run disk utility and see the speeds of transfer between that external drive and my internal SSD on this Mac Studio, it's faster to go to the external one. It's crazy.
Oh.
That reminds me that I was going to ask this earlier when we were talking about doing the like long exposure, like nighttime shots and stuff like that. With the 15, you should be able to export to like directly to a external hard drive now for something like that, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I mean, I
is
know
that
what
something-
happens with video files, with certain types of video files, but I think you can do it.
Yeah,
with
if that's something
photos
maybe
as well.
Mario or Reflex or one of them would have to do, enable.
Oh,
Or
you could. I don't know. I look at it and go, how many people would do that? If I was Mario, I'd go, how many people would do that besides Dale?
yeah,
Am I going to spend a bucket load of R&D time? With due respect, Dale.
what do you mean? It's
So that-
coding. You just go, it's done.
Yeah.
But because I've got all this storage here now, and I've just changed the workflow a little bit. I used to delete everything after I'd finished filming and just keep the finished product, and then delete everything and keep the finished product. So I've got all the videos that I've ever made on storage, the end results, but I don't have all of the projects still. But now that I've got storage at the Oodle, there's everything that I've ever filmed since starting doing this full time is sitting there on these drives, and it's pretty cheap to make, and they're insanely fast. And I was talking to Sarah about it yesterday about memberships and stuff, and I should be doing more for the people who are members. In fact, I think both of you guys are members. Yes, sorry about that. Mind you, Greg, now that you've got Lightroom Mobile, you can get all the presets. But what I'm doing now is I've started a project just for members, and what I'm starting to do is all the outtakes from all the videos, because I know you think it's like just straight talking to the camera, never get anything wrong, but
One take, done.
One take and done. That's right.
If it's anything like our live stream, I can just imagine.
Yeah. For every hour of conversation, you get 1 minute of usable video. And it's incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
Incredible.
2 times
Yes.
better.
Yes.
So I've started going through. After we get off here, I'll see if I can share it with you two guys. I've started going through and just building my outtakes. And as I'm building it, I am pissing myself laughing. It's so freaking hilarious. I'm laughing at myself. It's like, idiot. But I have this thing, I've probably told you before, when I'm shooting a video and the camera's over there and I'm over here talking to you and I don't get it right. I won't stop it and start it again. I'll just go to the microphone and go, that's it. I'll like blow raspberries into the microphone. So when I put it onto the computer, I just quickly scan the audio wave and go, there's a spike there, something's wrong. And I'll go to there and see the raspberry sort of thing, cut it out there and get rid of that and bring that in. So what I've got in this video is like a heap of me doing.
What you should do between each segment, between each segment of video, put idiot. just say idiot.
I feel like Devo could make like a good audio clip or something, like a song somehow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
Could. He probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
It'd be like a beatbox.
Yeah.
And there was also a lot of bleeps. I thought, do I add them or not? Yeah, I will add them. with sometimes where I'll. Do you remember when I first started this channel? I would say, I do 2 videos each every week, all about small sets of photography, blah 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 blah, and it just rolled off the tongue.
Yep.
And I don't do that anymore. And I've done it for a couple of videos that I just knew were going to be good, big videos. So it would help the subscriber count and everything. And the video I did for the 15 Pro Max out there with that tree, there's a little bit of light cloud and stuff, was the first iPhone 15 video I did. the amount of times I tried to get that spiel out of my mouth was, without exaggerating, it would have been 20 times. And it got to the point, and I've added it into these outtakes video with me going, you know, there's no raspberry getting blown into the microphone, let me tell you. And at the time that I actually got it right, and you can see it in the video, I look happy as pig in shit because I finally got the freaking thing right. There you go. Kindred spirits, Mike Goyne and myself.
Yeah.
I posted old photos shot with iPhone 6s Plus and 8 Plus. I don't know who you are on here though. What is that noise? I'm getting feedback somewhere. Is that coming from one of you guys? Nope. Because I don't know who 8 Photography is, I don't know which photos. What is that?
Yes.
Oh, it's a plant, isn't it? Yeah. I think.
Looks like it could be a plant.
Yeah.
Some bugs.
Wow, that's good detail.
Yeah, that's cool.
I struggle so much with trying to get bugs. The focal point, especially using a lens, it just yeah, it's like either right behind the face head or the antennae, and then you just help me, Greg.
There's a bloke that I know. What's happening with your book, Greg?
Since I got this, I haven't really.
Should we not talk about that? Sorry, mate.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I got a bunch of stuff done, but I still have a little bit of stuff to do yet. So, but you know what? I wanted to get this and include some of this in it, and I was also hoping to include some of the reflex stuff in it with the new lenses. But I don't know if I can wait until they get released. So I might just go ahead and finish it up.
Any shifty cam stuff going in it?
You know what? I have to take a look. I might have to do some omitting.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling.
No, I don't know. I think I do have some shift cam stuff in there, and I'm not going to take it out because the damn things are good. It's just at fault the lenses for their ethical stuff that they're doing on their website. You know, hopefully they'll fix that, and that'll be that. But
yeah.
So when you talk about bloopers, I don't know if you caught on my last podcast. There was a blooper at the end.
Nope.
It's in the chapter listings.
Was it out today?
Hey?
Was it the one that came today? Yesterday?
No,
today?
it came out last week.
Okay, last week. Okay. Did you put something?
So I'll just play it here.
This episode of the show, we talk about the recent Apple event, not so much what they announced.
So this is me after the end of the show. That's when I do the intro. So this is me recording the intro.
But how they announced it. We're also going to bring back our recent photos. It's been a while, and we're happy to do it. All this coming up. How was that?
The only thing is the main thing we talked about was event photography.
Oh, shit. Okay, take it away.
I did the intro, and I totally left out the main topic. So I thought, okay, Dave, you do it.
That's gold. and the very matter-of-fact way that Dave pulled you up on that. Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
It's about the main thing we're talking about.
Yep. And he's really good at doing the intro because he seems to have his brain seems to remember everything that we talked about and put it in a nice logical order. And, I always like to try it. And if I can't get it, I can count on him that he'll nail it.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. All right, guys, let's wrap it up and get on with the day. It's going to be like 38 degrees or something here today. So I've got to go and find some shelter for my bees.
It's going to be a balmy about 6 or 9 or something like that around here. 8 or 9, maybe.
What was that? I'm looking over your shoulder. It'd be better if you went the other way. Go the other way.
He disappears. There you go.
See, that looks like I'm looking over your shoulder there.
Hey, pretend you're riding a motorcycle.
You know who has got a motorcycle now?
Devo?
Mike James.
So I was seeing if you could guess it with my impersonation.
That's pretty good. That's good. It was convincing enough that the first time I almost thought you actually did freeze.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Yep.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for
Okay.
tuning in.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.